That's me, Chris Jacobs.
Hi, Impala Man.
Along with the man, Chip Foose.
A survivor.
And Jesse Combs.
Fun is my middle name.
Today's Overhaulin' is all about an unsuspecting young Marine Corps vet, Carlos, who served 2 tours in Iraq. Now that he has a brand new baby girl and a stack of bills, he has no choice but to sell his cherished 65 Impala. And that's where we step in.
We're gonna buy the car from Carlos to help pay for new diapers for his little girl.
We're actually buying it so he believes his baby is gone forever.
Carlos's brothers Omar, Danny, and his Uncle Al are our key conspirators on the inside. They're gonna help us while we foosify his Impala and then give it back. Time can take its toll on a car, yet these cars are still beloved by their owners. Our goal is to get into their minds, to redesign, rebuild, and restore the car from beast to better than original, a one-of-a-kind beauty. From the mind of design king Chip Foose and the capable hands of the A-Team, each week we'll find a deserving person and surprise them with their resurrected dream car. It's Overhaulin'. After seeing an ad on the internet saying, "I need to sell my baby to pay for my new baby," our Overhaulin' producers posed as video bloggers for a car restoration site, decided to purchase the car.
And he said he was selling the car because he's about to have a new baby.
One of those things where I gotta be like, do I put money in the car or do I buy baby clothes?
He wanted to pay for basically everything, diapers, clothing, hospital bills, and all that.
I've been stubborn about it because, you grow attached to them. You grow attached to the car.
But he made it clear that he needed to sell the car. Our producers brought their best car blogging faces.
And is this original?
Yeah.
They wanted to find out as much as they could about Carlos and the Impala.
I was in the Marine Corps and my buddy was like selling his car.
His plans for the car were relatively straightforward.
I've been trying to do the best I can with it. Screwdriver in there, and you just go to the right.
Oh, right on. But when you've got 3 kids and a wife that you have to look after, that stuff kind of falls by the wayside. No.
I was gonna put 20-inch rims in the back and then 18 rims in front.
I could picture him in uniform on the back, of a truck with the 50 cal gun.
When you're in the military, you feel like you're serving a purpose,
Right.
And then when you're out here, you're like, damn it, I'm just your average Joe.
We watched footage of the pickup to get to know more about Carlos. Jesse, come check this out. It's Carlos and his Impala.
Oh.
This is how we got the car.
He's a lot younger than I imagined.
He's Carlos, and now he's Carless.
It's a typical story where, a guy's had his hot rod before, but now he's got a baby in the family and his priorities have changed, so he's selling the car.
But I love my car. I don't ever want to see it go. No.
Prison. Signing it over. All right, he's like, "Where's the cash, gentlemen?" Oh! There it is.
Yes, green for the pink slip.
Oh, yeah, count it up. And there's the seal the deal handshake.
You treat her well.
Oh, gives it a little love tap. Bye-bye,
He's gonna miss his car.
And Jesse, I want to thank you again for putting that money up. That was really generous of you.
Least I could do.
Oh, wait, what's that sound?
Sounds like the tow truck.
It's the gentle rumblings of a tow truck. Let's go check it out.
This Impala's body has been damaged, but you can learn a lot just by checking under the hood.
It actually doesn't look too bad in here.
Looks cleaner than the rest of the car. This is a job for the A-Team. Get it up top! Up top! Woo! Before the construct, you gotta have the deconstruct. Yes, that's right. Time to take the car apart. A-Team members were recruited for their mechanical, fabrication, body, and paint skills. But when it's time to deconstruct, it's a group effort. Hey, be careful with that target bag. The biohazard team hasn't gone over that yet.
Ew. This car definitely needs a lot of work. My main concern is right up here in this front passenger corner. It's obviously been hit.
And Carlos, we're not blaming you. Probably you got the car in this condition, but this car has seen some serious impact in the front passenger side.
We won't really know how bad it really is until we get everything torn apart and we can actually look at the frame. Besides being the lead designer, Chip is in charge of the budget.
Usually you find like lots of money down in these things. This was the stash box on the 65 Impalas.
This Impala has Chevy's 327 cubic inch V8 option. And having lots of options was definitely the name of the game back in 1965.
Well, in 1965, a full-size car was exactly that, full size. Now, this Impala was part of the 4th generation of the series, and in 1965 set a sales record with over 1 million units sold. That's a record that still stands today.
Time, unfortunately, has taken its toll on our 65's dashboard. The A-team member responsible for dashboard issues is Sherry Westridge, a veteran of over 50 Overhaulin builds.
The reason that I do overhauling is because it's a way of telling that person, you know, like, we see you and we appreciate you. The dash is what the driver's looking at the entire time. So when you give that car to somebody, you know they're going to be looking at your work every time they get in the car.
Deconstruction is a journey of discovery, and leading this expedition is A-team project manager Mark Oya.
Oh, look at this, Sean. We found a wiring diagram. I guess they had some plans to wire this car and never quite got there since it was under the seat. Sherry, I have a present for you.
Trying to get the windshield moldings off and the back glass moldings out so we can get the glass out and get this car over to Media Blast as soon as we can.
Media blasting strips the car down to bare metal. But first, we gotta take the body off the frame.
Sure you got all the bolts? We have separation.
The chassis and frame are off to OC Collision for some much-needed straightening, and the body is off to the Media Blaster.
While the car's at the Media Blaster, Chip is getting ready for the design phase of this build. I'm gonna wanna see this.
Now, as you know, my job is to get into Carlos's head and try and figure out what his dream for his 65 Impala is. Now, I don't get to talk to Carlos, so we brought in his brothers, Omar and Danny, so I can ask them some questions and figure out what we're gonna do. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Nice to meet you, Omar. Danny, it's a pleasure. Now, do you know what he was planning to do to his car?
Well, one thing for sure is he wanted to keep the classiness of it. He wanted to get the inside of it. You know, he really loved the interior of the SS, the way that looked, you know, the bucket seats.
Elegant SS hot rod, or as if it were restored?
In between, you know, best of both worlds.
One color or two-tone?
The one color.
Single color?
Yeah, if you're gonna do two-tone, if it blends in correctly, then that would be one thing, but if it's the obvious two-tone, I don't think he would have gone too much for that. He definitely goes for light colors, that's for sure. Anything that he buys are light colors.
Light color?
Yeah.
But I heard that he had a nickname for the car.
It was Marilyn.
Marilyn.
He loves Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Omar and Danny rarely seem to know what their brother likes, so the Foose man does 3 preliminary sketches in order to hone in on the design concept for one dream car.
You can see the first one here. Because you said that Marilyn and he likes light colors, I was thinking, wow, why don't we do it? I call it silver screen silver. We've got a red interior. We've got some red details. Everything you see here, this is most Carlos, something that you could see Marilyn Monroe getting out of, or Carlos.
Yeah.
You guys got good taste, because that's my favorite as well.
Yeah.
So why don't we go this way?
Yeah.
Carlos, you haven't seen it yet. You don't even know we have it. This is your baby.
Up ahead,
Man, that looks good. Right on the money.
the team racks up a win. Also ahead,
This one you can move around.
the challenges of metalwork.
This one you can't.